In this video, we're going to talk about lessons 2 and 3. Lessons 2 are the addition, lesson 2 are the addition and subtraction of integers, and lesson 3 are the multiplication of integers and division of integers. But before we proceed, let us first settle on the on the definition of integers. So when we say integers, these are just set of all positive and negative whole numbers. So the keyword is that integers are just whole numbers, just that it does not only they do not only include positive but only the negative whole numbers, including 0. So 0 is neither negative nor positive, but it's an integer. Okay. So 5 is a positive whole number, so this is an integer. Negative 2.1, it's negative, but it's not a whole number, so this is not an integer. 1/2 is positive, but it's not a whole number, so this is not an integer. Negative 10 is negative, and it's a negative whole number, so this is an integer. Addition of integers. So our simple rule is that when we have a pair of positive and negative, okay, that pair makes 0. Okay, that pair makes 0. For instance, we have negative 2 and plus 2, so that's minus 2 and plus 2, that gives us 0. Minus 10 and plus 10, that makes us 0. So that principle alone is what we're going to do when we add integers. Okay. Suppose we have here negative 5 plus 7. So we can break down with respect to 5. We can break down 7 as 5 and 2. And as you can see, we have a pair of negative 5 and positive 5. So that makes a 0 already. Meaning, we are left with positive 2. So negative 5 plus 7 is positive 2. Negative 11 plus 5. We can split negative 11 as, with respect to 5, we can say this is negative 5 and negative 6. Okay. So 5 and negative 5 make 0. So the answer is negative 6. Negative 11 plus 5 is negative 6. In number 3, it's different from number 1 and number 2 because in number 3, we are like negative 2 plus negative 11. So, since we cannot make zeros because they are both negative, so imagine you're simply adding two negatives. You have two negatives combining with 11 negatives. So you have all 13 negatives, or negative 13. The same with number 4. It's 8 negatives plus 9 negatives. Both are negatives. And we are adding them. So we just simply add them. 17 negatives. So that is simply how we do addition of integers. It's either we can come up with 1 and 2 in which the other one is negative and the other one is positive, or we can come up with the other two, which is the number 3 and 4. One is negative and the other is also negative. Subtraction of integers. So in subtraction of integers, let's simply rewrite them as addition. Okay? Then after we rewrite them as addition, we go back to the rule of addition, to what we know about addition. So let's just say 2 minus 7. So we can rewrite this as 2 plus negative 7. Okay? 2 plus negative 7. And we all know we can break down negative 7 into negative 2 and negative 5. So, negative 2 and positive 2 make 0. We are left with negative 5. Negative 5 minus 9. Negative 5 plus, rewrite it in addition, negative 9. So as you can see, it's like we're going back to the example of addition of integers for 3 and 4, adding both negatives. So we add both negatives, this is negative 14. Negative 3 minus 1. So you can rewrite this as addition, negative 3 plus negative 1 The same with number 2, we'll have negative 4. Number 4, we have 11 minus plus negative 15. Going back to number 1, negative 15 can be split as negative 11 with respect to 11 and negative 4. So negative 11 and negative 4 is just negative 15. So positive 11 and negative 11 make 0. The answer is negative 4. 12 minus 21, we have 12 plus negative 21. So we can split negative 21 as negative 12 and negative 9. Negative 12 and positive 12 make 0. We are left with negative 9. So that's how we subtract with digits. Let's recall. We rewrite it as addition, then we go back to the addition. Okay? Rewrite it as an addition form, in addition form, then go back to the addition principle. But there is one more about subtraction with integers, and that's the case when double negatives exist. Okay, so when double negatives exist, it makes positive. So for example here, it's like saying 2 minus negative 1. So the minus negative is actually a double negatives. Okay, this is a double negative, so that makes positive. So we say, instead of saying 2 minus negative, we say 2 plus 1. That's 3. 3 minus 7, this becomes 3, because minus negative is a double negative, so that becomes positive 7, and that's 10. Here we copy negative 4. Minus negative 11 is plus 11. Going back to rule of addition, as you can see, negative 4 plus 11, splitting 11 into 4 and 7, and negative 4 and 4 make 0, we are left with positive 7. Negative 9 minus 20. Negative 9 minus negative 20. Minus negative 20 is already a positive. Then this is positive 11. 5 plus minus negative 5, that's 5 plus 5 is just 10. Multiplication and division of integers. So these are just the simple rules that we need to remember. If there are two same signs, the quotient or the product is positive. If we multiply or divide two integers with two different signs, the signs are different, the quotient or product is negative. So for example, here we have number 1, negative 20 divided by 2, so that is 10. They are both negative, therefore the quotient is positive. Negative 3 times negative 3, 3 times 3 is 9. They are both negative, negative 3 and negative 3. The product is positive. Negative 20 divided by, let us say this is 4. Negative 20, 20 divided 4 is 5. One of them is negative, and one of them is positive. So, they are different signs. That makes it negative 5. Negative 8 times 5. One of them is negative, one of them is positive. We have negative 8 times 5 is 40. Number 5, let's work on the first two. Negative 2 and 8, one of them is negative, one of them is positive. This gives us negative 16. Negative 16 now, so let's go negative 16 divided by the third, which is negative 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. The signs are the same, that makes it positive 4. Therefore, the answer to this expression is just positive 4.